Hey guys, so if your cat has ever had blood in their urine like my boy here, you know how horribly stressful that can be. And of course you want to get immediately to the vet and have the situation assessed. But the most common reasons why your cat may be peeing blood is number one, a urethral constrictor. And this is constricting of the urethral tract where they actually urinate. And over time, this constriction causes inflammation and irritation, which can lead to blood in the urine. Number two, most common reason is actually a bacterial infection anywhere in the kidneys, bladder, urethral, anywhere in the urinary system. Number three is they may have a stone, a kidney stone or a bladder stone, which again causes chronic inflammation in the system and can lead to blood in the urine. And the fourth, the least common situation, but can be a cause, is if they have a cyst or any type of tumor anywhere in the ureteral system, up the ureters, bladder, or kidneys. My last video, I broke down to the 4 most common types of urinary tract infections in our cats. And today I want to go over the most common causes of the bacterial urinary tract infection in our cats. So number one cause is if your cat is having chronic loose stool or diarrhea, because the bacteria in the feces can spread to the urinary system, and that's how it gets infected and bacteria gets up into the system. Number two way is if your pet is very obese, or maybe they're just elderly and they simply can't groom themselves very well. Again, the bacteria can be transient and spread into the urinary tract system. The third most common reason is if your pet has diabetes, whether it's a male or female cat, but especially female cats with diabetes are exceptionally prone. They're just more susceptible to bacterial infections in their urinary system. A fourth reason is, again, if your pet is elderly and perhaps their joints are painful, or they simply just don't have the strength anymore to lift their body up above the litter while they're going to the bathroom. And so as they're urinating, they're essentially just urinating on themselves. And again, that leaves room and chance for bacteria to spread into the urinary system. The final reason to consider is you want to be using a litter, especially if you have an older cat, again, who can't maybe lift themselves off the litter very well. Use a clumping litter or a silica-based litter that will absorb really well, because some of the wood or paper or walnut or wheat litters, it simply doesn't absorb the urine well and it sits in the litter, and your cat goes back into the box to use the litter and essentially gets the old urine on themselves and creates this infection again. Hey guys, so I've been doing a series about urinary tract infections in our pets and our cats and dogs, and today I'm going to start talking about different ways that we can help prevent urinary tract infections for our pets before they even happen. So one of my favorite things to use and suggest to people is a cranberry supplement. This one is called Cranberry Wellness from the company Only Natural Pet, onlynaturalpet.com. You can find it. It's 100% cranberries, simple, easy powder. You just add 1 scoop into their food, or depending on the size of your pet, multiple scoops for larger breed dogs. And cranberries have this magical property where they actually help repel bacteria from sticking to the bladder and the urinary tract wall, so that the bacterial cannot proliferate and cause an infection. So super easy, super natural prevention. Hey guys, so I'm doing a series on urinary health for your pets, and we're talking about ways to help prevent bacterial urinary tract infections. Number one way is to give your pet cranberry powder every day. I did a video on that recently. This is the second big thing that I use every day on my cat. It's a herbal blend of remedies from the company Hawaii Farm. We do sell this on our website, ReNewedPet.com. It combines some of the world's strongest urinary tract supportive herbs like dandelion root, yarrow, goldenrod, marshmallow, Oregon grape. All of these herbs combine to help improve the overall function of the urinary tract system, the kidneys and the bladder. Also helps to reduce inflammation, and it helps to increase the output of urine, which helps your pet to go to the bathroom more frequently, which in turn helps prevent urinary tract infections. So the cat litter that you're using actually could be putting your cat at risk for a urinary tract infection. Some types of cat litters really hold the moisture of their urine after they go to the bathroom, which can harbor bacteria that are dangerous and even types of fungus. And if your cat uses the litter box and they're not really good at hovering above the litter and let their rear end kind of sit into a previous spot of where they went to the bathroom earlier, then that can allow those bacteria or fungus up into the urinary tract. So the types of litters that can cause this problem are going to be any of the organic litters, the natural stuff like the walnut shells, the wheat litter, grass litter, soy litter, tofu litter, paper litter, any of the wood pine litters. The best types of litters to make sure you prevent this risk in your cat is going to be dust-free clay litters or silica gel litters, which are not dangerous if they're inhaled. Hey guys, so I've been doing a series about urinary tract infections in our pets, and today I want to tell you about Pretty Litter, the cat litter Pretty Litter, and what it can do for you and your cat. So like my boy here, he has had a history of chronic urinary tract issues, and if your cat has had one urinary tract infection, chances are they may develop another one in the future. There are many ways you can prevent these. That will be other videos, but one of the first things I recommend if your cat has had a urinary tract infection is switch to the cat litter Pretty Litter, because they have a unique system in the litter that has color indications, and it will show you if there's either blood in the urine or it's too acidic or if their urine is too alkaline. And these imbalances in the urinary health are huge indicators that a problem is starting to begin in the urinary tract. And so you can see these indications every day when you scoop your cat's litter, and then be able to quickly get your cat to the vet to get these situations assessed and figure out a plan to either avoid it developing into a full-blown urinary tract infection or treat the current infection that may already be there. Because urinary tract infections, especially in our boy cats, can become life-threatening because they can easily get blocked in their small urethras, urethral tubes, and then if there's a blockage and they can't urinate for a period of time, even as little as 24 hours, then that can lead to significant health risk and risk to their life, really. So I love Pretty Litter and highly recommend it for any cats that have had urinary issues. So you may not know this, but the #1 cause of a urinary tract infection in our cats is actually not from bacteria, but it's caused from stress. My cat here is a prime example of this. He has had 3 times over now what is called a urethral constrictor caused by stress. It causes chronic inflammation of the urethral tube connecting the bladder to the outside of the body where they void. And in this situation, this chronic inflammation over time can actually block the entire tube and make it so that your cat can't go to the bathroom at all, which becomes a very dangerous, life-threatening situation in as little as 24 hours if they can't urinate. So if you ever see your cat going to the litter box and straining to go to the bathroom and nothing's coming out, then you need to go immediately to the veterinarian, and this is most likely the cause. Some great things you can do to help prevent urethral constrictors in your cats is to get them on some natural anti-anxiety remedies. Check out our website. We have a couple different wonderful herbal combinations available. ReNewedPet.com. Also, a good quality pet CBD oil helps a lot. That's what I use for my boy every day. You can check out the company Herbalist. Is very good. They do a very good job with really quality premium oil. So be sure to be on the lookout for this possible cause of urinary tract issues in your kitties. So we are talking about urinary tract prevention in our cats and dogs. One of the huge things you need to do if your pet has experienced a previous urinary tract infection is either bring them to your vet and have your veterinarian check the pH level of their urine, or you can try to capture their urine at home in a dish and use a home pH strip tester. Then, if the urine is either too high on the pH scale, alkaline, or too low on the pH scale, acidic, you need to do some simple things to help rebalance the pH. Ideally, it should be about 5.5 on the pH acidity scale. If their urine is too alkaline, one of the most simple and safe and effective things you can do is give them a natural pet vitamin C remedy like this that we carry on our store, ReNewedPet.com. It's a liquid pet vitamin C. Vitamin C is very acidic, so you can give it in high doses very safely, and it will help lower the pH of their urine back to where it should be. If their urine happens to be too acidic, too low on the pH scale, another really simple thing you can do is add apple cider vinegar to their meals every day. Start with about 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then you can increase that dose safely as needed. So whichever direction you need to get their urine to balance out, start the new natural remedies and then give it about 3 weeks and retest their urine to see where you're at, and then you can adjust the doses accordingly. Get your pet's pH back at the optimal level, and you will help greatly reduce the chance of future urinary tract infections. Hey guys, so today we're talking about urinary stones in our pets, either kidney or bladder stones, and what are the most common reasons why these stones develop. If you're like me, my kitty here has experienced stones a couple times, and you know how painful it can be for them, how stressful for you and them, and how expensive to deal with. So let's look at the different causes so that we know how to prevent them. The number one reason is if your pet's not on a good quality, nutrient-rich diet. So if they're eating a mostly kibble or canned food diet, you want to be switching them to a fresh food diet, either a fresh cooked diet or a fresh frozen raw diet. You can make the diets yourself, but be sure you're working with a pet nutritionist. You can message us on our website, ReNewedPet.com, for some free recipes, or make sure you're purchasing a good quality, balanced, commercial, fresh cooked or frozen raw. The next biggest reason is if your pet is dehydrated, and so that's where feeding that fresh food is really, really helpful, because the number one way our pets get their hydration, especially our cats, is through their food. But you can also use multiple dishes throughout your house and try to use something like a pet water fountain to increase their water intake. Your pet also may have experienced some previous urinary tract infections or inflammation, or be on certain medications that may increase their risk for these stones. But the number one cause is if they have high levels of magnesium or phosphorus in their system. And this could either be straight from their diet, that they're getting too much of these minerals in their diet, or it could be a genetic predisposition. So this is where you want to look at adding certain blockers to their food, like a phosphate blocker, to help bring these levels down and prevent these stones. Hey guys, so today I'm talking about pet urinary stones, which can be either bladder stones or kidney stones. And these stones are formed in their body due to excess levels of different minerals, often magnesium or phosphorus, that's within their system. And if you know what supplements you can use, there are actually very simple and affordable supplements that you can add into their foods in the correct amounts to help rebalance this imbalance that's going on in their body and prevent future stones. So a couple examples are supplements such as DL-methanione or chitosan, which is a phosphorus blocker, and also many different things like apple cider vinegar, which helps to make the urine more alkaline, or things like vitamin C to make the urine more acidic. So it really depends on the cause of your pet's urinary stone. So if they have had a stone in the past, you need to ask your veterinarian what was the type of urinary stone that they experienced. And then once you have that information, you can work with a certified pet nutritionist like myself. You can message on our website, ReNewedPet.com, or any other certified pet nutritionist out there, and they can help you to utilize these natural supplements in your pet's current diet, or perhaps help you choose a more appropriate diet and help you formulate a good, healthy urinary diet with these types of supplements to prevent your babies from ever having stones again in the future. If your pet has ever experienced a urinary tract infection like my boy Stubborn here, your veterinarian probably recommended that you put them on a prescription urinary diet for pets. But here's the reasons why I recommend you do not use these prescription diets. The bottom line is that all the veterinary prescription diets, whether it's kibble or canned food diets, they're highly processed, especially dry food is very highly processed, cooked at extremely high temperatures, and there's very little nutrients left in the food. And even the canned food diets are very void of the natural vitamins and minerals that should be in our pet's food. So what you want to do instead is continue to feed your pet a fresh diet. So either a fresh cooked diet or a fresh frozen raw diet, either one that you prepare yourself at home. Make sure you are working with a professional. You can message us for free recipes on our website, or a commercially made, well-balanced, fresh cooked or frozen raw food. Then all you simply need to do is work with a pet nutritionist who knows how to formulate urinary diets with you. They can take already pre-made, commercially available cooked and raw foods and add some simple supplementation or natural ingredients to the diet, which will help prevent urinary tract issues from occurring in the future. For example, my cat is on vitamin C every day and a amino acid powder called D-L-methanione and another powder called chitosan. And those three things in his food every day have prevented him from having another urinary issue for almost 2 years now, and he gets to eat his fresh, yummy food every day.